How's it going, guys? It's Unconditional Phony. I know I haven't been around like I said I would, but you know, the universe always has unexpected plans. Today, what I want to talk about is the fifth dimension and what's been happening since December 21st. So as I've said, December 21st, the conjunction which brought Christ consciousness, which officially put this Age of Aquarius into motion. Not that it wasn't starting before all that, because this awakening's been going on, but that was the official start of the Age of Aquarius. Now, since then, there's my dog, since then, I've personally gone through a lot of changes, a lot of upgrades, a lot of downloads, a lot of light codes. I've really noticed that the old ways that have really been deep into my subconscious are now coming to the surface and shedding away. This may be happening to you, so if you have some of these weird Ascension Symptoms, hopefully this video will help you out. You might be feeling like irritable, you might feel like all of a sudden you don't feel spiritual anymore. You start to just be upset, depression, anxiety, all kinds of things that could be happening to you from this ascension process. And it's really just taking the deepest feelings you've had buried away that you didn't realize were still there and rising them up because you're detoxing. It's like, you know, when you exercise, you sweat, your body gets rid of the toxins. It's kind of the same concept. It's like a spiritual purge. You know, we're spiritually detoxing, and there's certain things that certain behavior or something, and maybe they're resurfacing and you don't understand why. And this is something where you just have to get deep within yourself and truly understand who you truly are, because you're me and I am you. We are all one. The little idea of who we think we are, it doesn't exist. We're all one. I'm talking to myself right here, and you're talking to me, if you feel me, you know. But yeah, lately I've gone through a lot of different ascension symptoms. You know, it may be things like being extremely dizzy, or it may, if any of you've done psychedelics, it may kind of feels a little bit like a bad trip if you try to fight it. Now, there are times like my head would be spinning, and I'd have to go for a walk and be out in nature, and this happened to me a few times. But as of lately, I've really got in touch with my body. I felt my ego. This is what I'm going to call the Anthony. As I've said, my birth name is Anthony, and I now go by Yanatna because it aligns more truly to my soul. But when I consider my ego, I say, this man Anthony, he's trying to come back. And my soul is just so infinite, it's not going to work. And I just shut my eyes one day, and I was just like, that's crazy. Sorry to interrupt this, but I literally just shut my eyes right now watching the film I'm recording right now. And when I shut my eyes, like, you know how the brightness can still be there in your head? And when I did that, I had like a enlightened halo around my head, and I looked like Buddha. It was pretty cool. Anyway, sometimes the universe just gives you weird things, even when you're making videos. But no, I did this death meditation, we'll call it, where I just let Anthony go, you know? I just let him fade away, because this is who I'm meant to be. You see, Anthony was a result of trauma and just all kinds of ways that he felt as if he had to compete with the world and prove he's some big guy, you know? And you may have a similar scenario in relation to your ego, or maybe it's something different, but none of these personas are real. And when you truly just say, I'm tired of playing a part, you just merge, you just become one. And I've truly tapped into the fifth dimension. I'm here right now. It's really amazing. I mean, we all, throughout this ascension process, it's kind of like the 5D. You'll have moments of it, and it'll be there, and then it'll fade away, and then you feel like, it's like, did it ever come? Because I'm back in 3D. This sucks. But no, and then it comes back, and what it's doing is it's slowly anchoring itself into your being. 5D is infinite, and it definitely takes some time. You have to be fully pure to have this full time. And with every day that passes, I'm learning more and more about myself, about my true self, and it's really anchoring its structure to stay long term. Now, I'm sure there's some of you who you may know, relatives, friends, people in general, that you want to convey the spiritual knowledge to, but yet they don't understand. They don't reciprocate the way you want. Now let me tell you why that is. You'll try to tell them all these truths about the Matrix and everything that's really going on, but it really just upsets them because their little world is crumbling and they can't handle that. I mean, they're not in the perspective you're in. You got to understand that. And really all you can do is become the fifth dimension and just radiate the fifth dimension towards them. You don't have to tell them what they're doing wrong, what you're doing, and why it's better than what they're doing. This is their journey and your journey, you know? You never truly woke up until you realized it. So you can't wake somebody else up just by spitting some facts, you know? So what you can do is give them the love that they need to wake up themselves. Now understand if throughout this process stuff gets brought up that really brings you down and it's like, how am I back in these patterns? Don't be hard on yourself. You know, this is all a learning process. We're all just God realizing we're God, you know? And it's a process. We gotta we gotta realize what's wrong so that we can correct it. So when these wrongs happen, we shouldn't beat ourselves up about any of this. What we should do is strive to be a better person. Strive to be God. Strive to radiate as God. This is what Yeshua did. He lived by example, and this is what we all need to be doing. Living by example. Being the fifth dimension. We're the anchors. The 144,000 angels in Revelations. That's the light workers. That's us. Coming with Christ. The Christ consciousness. This is the second coming. We're in it right now. We're the light bearers. And we're here to anchor the fifth dimension and radiate this light. And it will catch on. Be the best you can. Surround yourself with 5D. Make it so that all around you is love and positivity and spiritual growth and oneness with everything. This is the fifth dimension. Literally, the 5D, I gotta say, it's intoxicating. Like, touching this wall, man, it's even everything. It's crazy. It's like no drug in the world could ever compete with the 5D, man. And that's only the fifth out of the 12. Life's just amazing. And this is Pump. I know you guys know him as Simba, but somewhere along the line we just call him Pump now. I really don't know why. It's whatever. But just realize your oneness with God. Your oneness with the universe. It doesn't matter what you call it. The I am, which is you, you know? Realize that nothing, you don't have to fight for anything. Like, there's the whole thing of, oh, the government's this is that. I've even talked about it myself, and it's all true of the stuff that even I speak of, but truly, you won't be happy if you're in a constant state of war. You know, free yourself. You know, you can't fight fire with fire, you know? The only way to really save yourself from the fire is to get out of the burning building, you know what I mean? Just forget about it, you know? Just be the love. None of that other stuff matters. No hate, no anger. Don't buy into anybody's egotistical ways. Don't let yourself get in these ways. Just breathe in the air, you know? And that's another thing I've been doing lately. I've been breathing more deeply, more fully. The oxygen just vitalizes my being, and it really is a mood booster, you know? A lot of people aren't breathing fully. This is a time to breathe in the fresh air and be one with everything. And remember, radiate this love and light. Radiate the 5D. You don't have to speak all this truth necessarily in the form of language, you know? You just be this truth, and it will catch on. In the subtle planes where the mind isn't getting in the way, it'll catch on to the souls. But I will say that it doesn't hurt to speak your truth. It doesn't hurt to speak the way you want to speak. But I will say, know when to do that and when to not. When you feel as though somebody is not going to understand it and they're not on the high enough vibration just yet, this is where you just give them the 5D with love. You just radiate the 5D. For those that you see questioning things, you see that they're on the path, you know, that's where you could speak your truth, you know, they're the ones who will appreciate your knowledge. They're on the way of accepting these new vibrations, not trying to fight them, but ultimately everybody can have this 5D. Everybody deserves the 5D. whether they want to listen to what you have to say or not. You give them the love and light, and that's just how it is. This is the true second coming. We are in the Christ consciousness. Take part in it and sit on the throne with Yeshua. That's what he's really saying. Sit on the throne with the universe, with God. This is the throne. I'm up on it right now. This is the 5D. Cannot wait to have you all up here with me. I send you all love and light. Peace to you all, and I will see you all in the 5th dimension. Love and light. Peace.